Everything's for Sale by Boogie. Boogie got into music when he joined the church choir at a young age. Once he got into gangbanging, he started transitioning into gospel rap. Once his son was born, he started to take rap very seriously. He signed with Interscope in 2015 and then with Shady Records in 2017. Everything's for Sale is his debut album. How is it? Here's our honest review of Everything's for Sale by Boogie.
Is that casket for sale? I'm just saying, everything, right?
Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale, man. Boogie, Compton. How you feel about this album artwork, man?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if I was reading into it too much, but like I kind of took it the way the first track, he was just like, I'm tired of this. I want to meet God. Bam. Like, so I kind of took the cover as, I don't know if this is a funeral for his older self or what he's been in his life, but maybe I was reading too much into it, but that's kind of how I took it.
I took the intro as in you get what you asked for, but that's...
Okay, that's cool too. Like I said, maybe I'm reading too much into it. But
hey, it's good for different interpretations.
Yeah, but other than that, I do like, I feel like the shot was angled perfectly. I like the contrast between the red and the white, and I thought that was used strong. And then I like the little details of his legal name and stuff in the top left corner of the album. Pretty dope.
Yeah, man. It's red.
Your favorite.
You know what I'm saying? They wearing red. You got the casket's got some red roses on it. Red doors on the church. It's a lot of red. It looks really nice. No, I am not a blood. I am not gang affiliated whatsoever. I just think the color red looks really good.
Go get you some blood pop.
I need to get to that episode, man. Yo, the flow of this project, man. Look, the flow of this joint, this is more on some like deep stuff here.
Yeah.
And it's mixed in with some other not so deep content to kind of lighten the mood from here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I took it as this is like some really deep content, some stuff that'll make you sit and think about certain things in maybe your life or your friends' life, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. This the vibe and the flow of this album was totally something I wasn't expecting, and it's definitely deep. It's really some emotional trials, like side of reflections. I feel like there's reflections all over this album, life experiences, but it's really an instrumental flavor. It's really instrumental, really experimental, and I like it. The flow's cool.
Highlights, man. Look, Silent Ride. Song is dope as hell.
Yeah, it is.
If y'all listen to that song, listen to it. He's just talking about a situation. His girl got his phone and looked through it, and they had a silent ride home. There was nothing to talk about.
Yep.
That joint, but it's a dope ass song.
Yeah.
Like just the way he's being super lyrical about how saying she got the phone, he fell asleep, he woke up, he read her mind. Like go ahead, listen to that whole like explanation of how things transpired. Like he didn't use a lot of words, but he explained everything top notch where you could understand everything that was going on. LOL SMH, that is not no goddamn interlude, man. That's a full-fledged song.
Exactly.
That joint is fire. And I like the way they broke it up into multiple songs in a sense. But it's like he's kind of just, I guess you could say, talking about like emotions through emojis and social media, and it's really dope. Live 95, that joint is amazing. I love how that joint sound when it came on. When I heard that joint come in, I was just like, yo, that joint is straight fire.
Yeah.
Rainy Days featuring Eminem, that joint is dope. Fuck with everybody dissing mad about the sheep line he said.
We go talk about it.
That shit was fire, yo. Whose fault it is? I mean, whose fault? My bad. I'm adding words in there. Whose fault? That joint is dope. Yeah. I really like how the storytelling that story is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave out Skydive 1 and 2. They're also really dope.
Yeah.
And Self-Destruction, I don't know what it is, man, but I love that joint. That joint is so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man, but artists will be getting me on these songs where all of a sudden they forget the words to the song.
But I'm talking about that too. Yeah.
And I also want to say Time featuring Snow Allegra was a super dope way to end this project. Yeah. Great song.
Yeah, man. Silent Ride, that song is just immediately catchy. Like at first I was just like, yo, what is this? But then like after listening to it, I caught myself Silent Ride Home.
Yeah.
Like it's just really, really catchy. LML SMH, that is not an interlude, that is a full song. and it's a great song.
At least he didn't cut it short.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like we always get mad about artists.
Exactly, he let
short.
it go all the way. Skydive 1 and 2 is great. I just love that kind of harmony that he brings to the song. It's really, really good. It's feel real emotional. Live 95 is dope. Like, it's just dope. It really is. Whose Fault is great. Self-Destruction is just, I take it as just like everybody sound. It's just like something. Yeah. So it's like, even though he's playing like, you know, I forgot the words, it's just like, yo, I can just say anything and it's gonna be hot. So that's kind of the way I took it, because at the first I'm just like, yo.
And not only that, but throughout the song, he's talking about the stuff that will be self-destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a lot of the stuff other rappers are already doing.
So that, like, my first time listening to it, I was just like, what is he talking about? The more I'm like, yo, I get it. Yeah, I'm vibing with it. And Time was great. I love how Snow Allegra was using that. That was really, really dope.
Low lights, man. Look, Soho. I don't like that beat. I didn't like the beat. They killed it lyrically.
I tried to like it so much. Like, I still like it, but it's just like you said, that beat.
That beat is horrible. But Boogie and JID did their thing.
They spazzed.
They straight killed that joint.
Yeah.
And No Warning is deep. It fits in the context of how deep the issue he's talking about with the destructive relationship he's dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple.
Okay.
And that's it for me as far as lowlights go.
Well, my lowlights are with Soho. It's just that I really love him and Jid on that. I thought they was dope, but I just really didn't like the beat, and I didn't like the context of it with the flow of the album. I thought it threw it off. And that's what leads me to Rainy Days. Like, I don't feel like the song needed to be on this album. And I'm not really overcritical of Eminem.
Bonus song?
Yeah, it could have been a bonus, something like that. But it's just like, I'm not hating on Eminem, but that first verse is corny, man. That first part of the bar, I didn't like it. The whole fuck what you heard shit, like, I didn't really like it. But then after that, he started spazzing.
He was spazzing? What are you talking about?
I didn't like that, man. Just like with a shepherd fucks with a sheep, fuck what you heard or whatever. I wasn't.
You don't get it?
I get it, but it's just like, it was corny sounding.
I get that.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope.
But
and even I got an idea. He's like,
I didn't like that line either. I got an idea. I should go get me a beer.
Nah, I mean, he was just like, he just said like, I got an. He said something like a bartender checking your ID.
It wasn't that dope. I'm sorry. I love Eminem, but I wasn't feeling that. And
it's just kind of like a play on words. That's kind of what he's been doing a lot lately.
I feel that, yeah. But yeah, that was my only really lowlights, because I felt like in such a deep, like, feeling vibe album, like, that kind of broke up the mode of the album to me. I mean, they're good songs, but I just feel like in the context of the structure of the album, I could have did without those, because listening to everything else, you get such a different vibe. And I get it's to lighten up the mood and everything, get a little bit other side to them, but in the context of the album, I thought it could have been left without.
Final thoughts. I will say that those songs, I felt like they kind of break up the structure. It's like, in a sense, you could have had them in there and had like an interlude to kind of break the tension, and then kind of like back to our regularly scheduled program
something
type
like
thing.
That, yeah.
I mean, I get that, but I do want to say, like, Boogie is really dope. He's really artful and masterful in the way he puts his words together and the way he breaks the stuff down, because I feel like some people will listen to it and won't think it's actually as lyrical as it really is, because he's a really technical style rapper that might go over a lot of people's heads. I feel like old heads will love him, but as far as the youngins, I don't know, it might be too much for y'all to think, at least some of you guys. But I really think Boogie has something to offer to the hip hop game. I will say, when Tired first came on, I thought it sounded just like how Joyner Lucas would start off a song. Like, just the tone of his voice and the fact that the beat was so stripped. I was just like, man, it almost gave me, like, throughout the project, I was just like, there were times where I'm like, man, if you kind of took Joyner Lucas and Black and put them together, sometimes Boogie sounds like that, but not all the time. Like, he still sounds like his own artist. He has a dope voice to go along with his style, and I just like the passion and the real life scenarios that he's putting in his song, because like that whole thing about Whose Fault, you know, I know people that have done stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to pick their son up from their baby mom because their baby mom got a boyfriend. Or, you know, it's like it's like some petty stuff like that, but it's gonna end up hurting the kid in the long run. Like, I just like the honesty and the realness in his lyrics and how I feel like you can learn something from listening to this album.
Yeah, most definitely. That's the biggest thing that you can take away from this project is that it sounds real, it sounds authentic. It doesn't sound like he's being gimmicky or anything like that. He's being real with you, with every thought, every lyric, and just the way it's put together throughout, like just the cues of the production and just like where he chooses to come in and everything like that. Like, you know, even on Skydive too, I like how Black just came in right at the end because it was just so fitting. Like, he could have had him anywhere in that song, but it was so fitting at the end.
He spent 365 thinking about his 69.
Yeah. And then, like, even with Soho, even though I really didn't enjoy the song, I like how they came in on their verses, especially
it's
J.I.D.
better than that. J.I.D. Get up my dick. Get up my dick.
But I like how they came in and they chose to do all that. But he's a very thought-provoking artist. He's somebody that will get you in tune with your thoughts. You know, if you like artists like that, you'll love Boogie.
Final grade. Look, man, Boogie's getting a check from me. I feel like this is going to go down as like one of the deeper albums of 2019, if not like the deepest album of 2019. It's giving me like deep as in like Royce 5'9", you know, Book of Ryan deep. You know, maybe not that deep because it was like
but
a
in
personal,
his own way.
but yeah, in its own way. I got those type of vibes. I'm looking forward to this album being really successful. I hope Boogie has a lot of success with this project. He's a really dope artist. I think people should give him a check him out, and don't give him too much slack for that rainy day. Cause man, it's like, man, could you just imagine if social media was around when all the music was coming out back in the day, and like how much stuff people would have been clowning.
Yeah,
and I'm so glad it wasn't when we were young. Imagine the dumb stuff we would have been posting.
Man, that would have been dumb. But yeah, I really feel like this was a great album to be put out during a time where it's like there's a lot of I think there's a lot of BS coming out. But I feel like, you know, this is another side of somebody that's going to be very introspective to listen to. You're going to enjoy it. If you like hearing somebody talk about life and, you know, but in like a really catchy way. And I just feel like he offers something unique, especially being from Compton, where we got, you know, it's kind of one kind of sound and everything like that. I feel like he's just another one of those artists that we didn't expect to come out of Compton that sounded like this. So I really think we're going to enjoy it. I give it a check. And I can't wait to hear more from Boogie.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing more music as well.